Welcome aboard, riders, to Mr. Bones' Wild Rides. This is part 3 of my Modern Glitch Any Percent tutorial, in which we tackle the Egypt section. If you missed the video for Peru or Greece, I've linked the first episode as well as Eycore's Glitchless tutorial for Egypt in the description. If you enjoyed this guide and want more like this, please subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, and without further ado, let's go! We left off in Tomb of Tehokan, and after a few cutscenes we end up in City of Khamun. The setup for this first glitch of the level starts right away, so if you're a beginner, make sure to save. There are a few different ways of doing it, but I'll show you what I personally do. First, we want to tap forward and then do 2 running jumps. Then, while still holding forward, roll and swan dive down and to the left. Like this. It's really important to hold forward when you do that roll and swan dive right away. You'll notice that she gets pushed back a little bit from the edge of the platform. You want to wait for this to happen before you continue to the next part. Let me show you again. You tap forward, 2 running jumps, roll and swan dive. Then you pop off and take 3 steps forward, reset your camera, and then run at the wall and jump right before you enter the wall. Make sure to hold roll. If that's a little bit too difficult, or if it's just not working for you, there's another glitch that we can do. We go over here and we do a flicker. So you want to face a little bit more than 45, and neutral jump a few times, and then hold grab. Now, while holding walk and forward, you notice that she won't walk forward. You just neutral jump. Then you want to do the same flicker thing, align until you see the skybox, and hold roll, and then grab to pop out. And then you jump up and continue on to the next section. This next section we want to go pretty quickly because you'll notice that we're going to do a slope bug. And you'll notice that there's this mummy, and he likes to mess you up a lot, so either kill him or do this setup really quickly. I like to use this these black dashes as a visual. You want to jump onto the black dashes, turn, and jump into the wall. Like that. Now we're going to do a new glitch called a fence bug. So you'll notice that in OG graphics, there's a seam, there's a visible gap in between, like on the seams of the fences. And Lara can go use that as a visual to go through the fence. You'll notice in Remastered graphics, it's kind of the same, they're just, the posts are a little bit closer together. All you do is walk into that gap at an angle, like that. Now the next few glitches, there's 3 glitches that we can do. Here's the first one. So we're going to do a window bug. You're going to walk into the window. You want to make sure to be all the way to the left and all the way forward. Be at kind of a 45-degree angle. Save if it's a little bit difficult for you. You hop back and run forward and jump. You'll enter the wall, so you want to turn a little bit, not too much. And then pull guns. Just hold guns out. You want to make sure to not hold left too much, because otherwise she'll pop out. One more time. Like that. Remember, you don't want to... Or you can void. If you turn too much, you can void as well. The next glitch is a kind of slope bug. I'm going to jump over here, because otherwise there's a panther. So here's what happens when you do this normally. She bounces off the ceiling, and she dies. So for some reason, this platform teleports you to the ceiling instead of the platform. So you want to jump at the wall. That can also happen. You want to jump at the wall and tap grab, or tap roll as you enter the wall and hold grab. Like this. Just like that. It's a little bit precise, but just practice it a little bit and you'll get it. Then you come out here and you can take the key. Then the last method, and by far the easiest one, is to run over here and you want to run into the gap in between the statue and the wall right there. You might have to wiggle a little bit, and you'll teleport to the top. And from there, don't worry about the lever. Just come over here. And no matter what way you came in, jump up here and grab the key like that. And we're gonna go down to the next floor down. And we're going to run all the way onto this slanted slope right here. You'll hear the trap door open. You just slow bug. Easy peasy. Now the first glitch for Obelisk of Khamun also starts right away, so you want to make sure that you don't just start running around. Lovely. What you're going to do for Obelisk is you're going to do a running jump and continue holding forward for just a second afterwards, like that. Then you want to turn the camera. I like to use the visual of Lara's head on the door. Pull out your guns twice, just tap it very lightly. Now this jump, you're going to... Here's what happens if you do it wrong. So that you did your second jump too early. You want to run and jump forward, and then delay the second running jump like this. And do a running jump, or a standing jump, and then a late running jump, and you should end up like that. That's what you want. Now we're going to do a running jump at the window, and let go, and you should get a little pop like that. You want to turn to face the camera, and you want to align... I like to align Lara's head with this thin line in the wall. This one right here. And then just neutral jump 3 times. Yeah, it's this line. And you want to make sure it's this one and not this one. You want to do the thin one, not the thick one. Just neutral jump 3 times. If you do the thick one, you'll fall out. And we don't want that. I'll show you what it looks like to fall out. You're gonna neutral jump, late running jump, you pop. Here's what it looks like if you go too far one direction. You fall out, and the second you touch the floor in this room, 2 mummies spawn, and you don't want that, so if that happens, you have to reload. Instead, I'll show you what happens if you're too far to the other side. So if you're too far that way, that happens. You'll pop up into the wall and you'll void. You don't want that. You don't want that to happen. So once more, doing it correctly. Jump, 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 and then jump to the left. You're gonna jump over here. Jump in here. And you're going to pull the lever to release the first platform. Release the first drawbridge. We're gonna jump up here. That jump is a little bit precise, so just be careful. Jump up here, and now we're gonna do our next glitch. We're gonna do a stair bug. This is the only stair bug in Tomb Raider 1. There are a few in other Tomb Raider games, but this is the only one in Tomb Raider 1. You want to embed into the stair, like this, so that Lara's kind of half on, half off. And you want to pull out your guns and run forward and to the right. You notice how I'm holding forward, and as I tap it, she pops up. That's what you want. So you want to sink in, pull out your guns, and turn left. Next, you're going to pull the lever to release the next drawbridge. And we're going to do a pretty difficult jump. This jump, what you're going to do is we're going to jump all the way to this viney platform right here. What you're going to do is you're going to do as late a jump as you can. You're going to grab late and roll. The roll is also important. You're going to pull the lever to drop the next drawbridge. Jump over here. I like to do a swan dive here because that takes you straight to the secret pickup. That was a little early. That's okay. And then we're going to jump to the next secret, land right on top of it, and do a standing jump, grab, and roll. Make sure to grab, because otherwise you'll bonk your head. Pull the lever to release the last drawbridge. And now we're going to collect our artifacts. So you're going to collect them in counterclockwise motion, so the Eye of Horus, then the Ankh, then the Seal, and then the Scarab. Because we're going to head this way, and now we're going to make our exit, and we're going to leave the way we came in through this window. This one right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to jump up here. This is just the setup that I use. Not everybody uses the setup. There's plenty of different ways of doing it. Again, so if you find one that works for you, just go ahead and do it. What I'm going to do is shimmy to the right until Lara is... That was a little bit too far to the left. Until she lands on the lower platform, but pops out. Like... Not like that. Yeah, this should be good. Yep, just like that, how she pops out to the side. You want to face this wall as dead on as you can, and pull out your guns and hold them until she stops. Notice how she's not totally flat with the wall. You want to roll, walk to the edge, and then we're going to do a standing jump and grab. Standing jump and late grab. Now we're going to run at the wall and jump at the last second. You want to make sure as soon as you enter the wall, let go of all inputs, otherwise she'll pop back out. And you want to do this quickly, because as soon as you touch the ground, the mummies will spawn. Then you want to face backwards, the camera should pop up a little bit, and then draw guns. Like that. There's another way of doing it as well, where you kind of do it similar to like a slope bug or an embed when there's a crack above you, like a shimmy crack, in which case you would neutral jump instead, but this is just the setup that I use. And then we're going to run over here, and we're going to fence bug here. And what some people like to do is they like to roll here and slope bug. Doesn't always work, so go ahead and just pull up. You're going to go over here, and we're going to fence bug out. You either have to do it here, like that, or you can also just come over to a seam and pull up. Just like vault up, like that. Then we're going to put the items in, the obelisk, and then we're going to end the level. I like to go around this way just because it... I like to go around this way because it ends you facing the door that you have to exit through. So it's just a little bit easier. And we're on to Sanctuary of the Scion. In Sanctuary of the Scion, you're going to run through, make sure you... I like to have my shotgun here. Just because it's easier to count the shots. When you come up here, 2 Atlanteans are going to spawn. What you're going to do is you're going to go onto this long platform, and as soon as you hit that platform, start walking back while shooting the Atlanteans. They should die in 3 shotgun hits. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and now you can go. 3. Like that. Now we're going to run through. You're going to jump up. Oop. You're going to jump up. And there's a few different ways of doing this level, again, just like always. I always say it, but there's a few different ways of doing this level, so at the end of the day, find what works for you. So as soon as you pop down here, this Atlantean spawns, he's going to shoot you the whole time. So what you're going to do is we're going to do a slope bug, you're going to slide down the paw, and you want to be right here. So you're going to run down here, and you're going to jump late. Like that. Like I said, the Atlantean's going to fire at you the whole time. And you're going to do another slope bug. Like that. And pull the lever. Then we're going to jump down. Gonna jump to here. Roll off, go to here, roll off, and now we can kill the Atlantean. Now we're gonna go over here, and there are 2 different glitches to get up here. That's the faster one. If you're a beginner, you can also do this. You can slope bug to the top of this pillar, and then just pull up from there. Hold on, let me kill this guy. So to do the faster one, you're going to jump here. I like to take a step forward here. You want to be on the far right side. And see this little tan flower looking thing right here? You want to align the middle large head with the left side of that, jump forward, and hold left as soon as she starts to enter the wall. And then you're going to pull the lever, side flip to the right, onto the medkit, take the medkit, roll off, make sure to grab or fake grab, otherwise you'll die. And then we're going to go this way, and we're going to start collecting onks. So to collect our first onk, we're going to go in here, and this whole section is glitchless. There's nothing fun or interesting. I guess it's Tomb Raider, so it's fun, but there's no, like, wild and crazy glitches for this section. If you find anything, let me know, but as far as I know, there's nothing going on in here. It's pretty locked down. Because you're essentially in giant boxes. We're gonna slide down the slope, down the right side so that we don't get the swing. Put the key in the keyhole. And just like in Damocles and St. Francis Folly, we're gonna do the dive here. Get out of the way. Like that. That was really good RNG. Sometimes he can start shooting at you right away. You're gonna jump up, jump up, jump up. You want to jump at an angle so you don't bonk. Just like this. I'm gonna exit. And then once we leave this area, we can start doing glitches again. Yay! So what I like to do is I like to do a slope bug right here. Like that. There's another option where you can go around the front. I don't typically do that. They're on the front of the Sphinx. I'm gonna do a wall bug right there. Oops. Don't fall. Lovely. And I jump up here. And now there are two different glitches that we can do. We can do a shelf bug, which looks like this. Hold on. Shelf bug. Boom. Or we can do a new glitch called a rolling corner bug. And that's similar to a shelf bug. You're going to be the same distance away from the wall and turn. Oop, at about 45 degrees. Excuse me. Rude. Okay, anyway. Rolling corner bug. So you're going to be about here. Be about... Oop. Great, it's back. Excuse you. I'm teaching people. Excuse me. This is educational. Thank you. Rolling corner bug. So you're gonna face... I like to use that as a reference and just roll. And the same thing. This guy's gonna shoot at you the whole time. RNG giveth and RNG taketh away. If you are a pro, you can bonk your head on the ceiling there to avoid the stumble. And then don't go down the slope because that spawns an Atlantean. Instead, go around the outside. And now we're going to pull up here. Roll and do a slope bug. I said a slope bug. There we go. And then put the onks in. You want to be really careful at the top of the Sphinx here, because you can easily fall off. And if you fall off, you die, so... you know, you want to be really careful here. Now we're going to descend down the side. Like this. Awesome. And now we're going to jump into the water. Now, just like that swimming vertical corner bug that we did in Tomb of Tihokin, we're going to do that here. Except we're going to do the vertical corner bug. There we go. You're going to pull the lever, and as soon as you start to get sucked into the room, save. And then reload. And that's going to reset the current. It's going to get rid of the current, so you can just swim back out. We're going to go up here. And we're going to... Oop! It only works when you don't want it to. We're going to pull out and pull the lever. And then we're going to go up here. And we're going to exit. And the rest of the level is glitchless. That was the last glitch. We're going to pull out here, and we're going to go up this very long, winding spiral ramp. And we'll talk about the strats for the next section. So, in the next section, there's a big fight with 2 walking Atlanteans and a centaur. There are 2 different ways that you can do it. You can either play it really safe if you're low on meds or health, or you just want to take it really safe. You can just kill them. You can draw the walkers in and kill them one by one and kill the centaur. Or you can do what's called believer strat, where you just go for it. You just put the seal in the hole. Don't worry, you just ignore the Atlanteans and just go. And I'll show you that. It's really RNG based and based on how many meds you have. Because as soon as you start this animation, they all come to mystery. That should be enough health to finish the level, but I'm gonna heal anyway. Just so I don't have to redo this, and if I die. You're gonna take the ski on, and that's it. The next level is Atlantis, and it starts with Natla's Mines. So I'm gonna leave you with this cutscene, and we'll see you next time when we tackle Atlantis, starting with Natla's Mines. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and remember, the ride never ends. Goodbye.
Afternoon. Left Larson sucking wind then, eh?
If that is the phrase.
Well, your little vacation riot's over now. Time to give back what you've hijacked off me.
Let's try the lunchbox.
Well, kill her! You morons! Let's go.
What the heck was that? What? That away. Probably just a fish. Hand me some fish, kid. Man, you have got to learn to chill. I'm going back inside.